I just can't get over the optics of all the things that are making our side look better. Kurt Schlichter wrote a commentary over on Town Hall about Trump's superpower. You want to know what it is? There was Susan Sarandon out there screeching in support of this anti-Israel activist, Mahmoud Khalil. Trump has this crazy ability to get his opponents to go to the darkest places imaginable and the craziest, most out-of-touch positions fathomable. It's true. Kurt is so right about this. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Look, the government shutdown is coming, and it's the Schumer shutdown. Schumer's bragging about it. Here was Chuck Schumer yesterday sort of bragging, gloating about the Democrats' ability to shut down the government and deprive a lot of people of their paychecks.
Mr. President,
the Democratic leader.
Funding the government should be a bipartisan effort, but Republicans chose a partisan path, drafting their continuing resolution without any input from congressional Democrats. Because of that, Republicans do not have the votes in the Senate to invoke cloture on the House CR. Our caucus is unified on a clean April 11th CR that will keep the government open and give Congress time to negotiate bipartisan legislation that can pass. We should.
Now, he's lying. All they want to do is jam it up with a bunch of crazy progressive things, and the Republicans in the majority won't do it, but you need 60 votes in the Senate, and they're going to have to get a handful of Democrats to go along with this, and Schumer, you heard him, Republicans don't have the votes. It's going to be the Schumer shutdown. Now, the Schumer shutdown will inevitably be blamed on Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Don't forget the hatred they have for Elon all of a sudden after they loved him. Hugh Hewitt, who I was just sadly told is sidelined with a bad cold, Hugh in the sick bed because of the grandkids. He said it was like walking into a petri dish, and I know that feeling. Any grandparent knows with the kids how the kiddos, how you can get sick from that. So hope Hugh is feeling better soon. But I was texting back and forth with him a little bit, thanking him for this great analysis of the shutdown, because Hugh argues this shutdown is going to benefit Trump big time because of what he and Doge are doing with paring back the wasteful, abusive spending. Listen to what Hugh wrote on X yesterday. If the Senate Democrats shutter most of the government by voting down the continuing resolution, they will empower President Trump, Elon Musk, and Russ Vought, the Commerce Secretary, to pare the federal government workforce to its genuinely essential size, most of which will be at DOD, CIA, NSA, Homeland Security, DOJ. The entitlement checks will still go out. Don't worry, you're still going to get your Social Security checks. You're still going to get all the entitlement checks, but everything else will stop. Employees won't get paid. And what Hugh argues is, I suspect, he says, that more than half of the 2.1 million civilian federal employees will never come back to work after a government shutdown. In other words, Hugh makes the case that this shutdown inflicted by Schumer and the Democrats in the Senate will deliver the gift of a pared down federal government that Trump so diligently is striving to achieve. They're going to give Trump what he wants. And they're too obstinate to realize it. There could be a big and lasting break with our out-of-control federal bureaucracy. And it's going to be delivered by the Democrats. Look, they delivered Trump's victory. I love the guy. I appreciate the policies. I'm a Republican. I don't like everything that goes on, of course. Nobody does. But I'm a very satisfied customer. But I also am, I think, perceptive enough to know that the Democrats have been completely broken, and they did it to themselves. They're so out of touch with the American people that even 34 felony convictions couldn't stop people from crawling over broken glass to cast a ballot for Donald Trump. The Democrats did that with their weaponization of the justice system, with their lawfare, with the goofy attempts to take a misdemeanor bookkeeping error and turn it into 34 felony convictions, with the civil courts in New York awarding some eccentric writer hundreds of millions of dollars for something that she claimed happened years ago. He said, she said. These crazy cases that were turned into doing everything they could to inflict as much damage as possible upon Donald Trump. And the other thing that worries me deeply is how people have been totally brainwashed into believing the media narratives. Here was Laura Ingraham last night reminding everybody to stay calm, take big, deep breaths. Yep, we're going to have some pain. We're going to have some short-term pain, but we're going to get long-term gain.
Isn't it great to have an optimistic president who has a real plan to make life better for Wall Street and Main Street? Just ignore the sky is falling reports in the regime press. Tune out the breathless reporting about market gyrations, because even the most dedicated globalists, they know Trump is good for business. For decades, ours has been an economy driven by government stimulus, a lot of printing and borrowing of money, government spending, government giveaways. And Trump knows our survival, though, requires a return to an economy by private sector productivity, the way it used to be. That's why the playing field in global trade has got to be leveled.
Isn't he right? Isn't she right? Isn't Trump right? Isn't he right when he says we got to have a level playing field? And look, the reactions from the Democrats are benefiting Republicans. If the Democrats had a measured, reasonable, thoughtful critique, okay. They don't. They're losing their marbles. Did you see the representative from Connecticut? This representative, John Larson? Check out this guy. There's some committee on Capitol Hill that wanted Elon to testify. Elon, of course, isn't going to be harangued by a bunch of wild-eyed Democrats. So this guy didn't take it very well. Now, if you're watching us today on Salem News Channel or on X, we're streaming live on X every day. Follow us at Gallagher Show. We'll do our best to follow you back. We want to make sure you see the Salem News Channel wherever you can. We're everywhere: Samsung TV Plus, 1177, Pluto, Roku, Apple TV, Google, and so much more. So if you're, and again, live today on X, we love that, love the comments, love the interaction. Look, if you believe that these people can't get any wilder, check out Congressman John Larson. Again, you may hear it on the radio only, but if you see it, this guy turns such a deep shade of purple and red, I thought the guy was going to have a stroke. I thought he was going to slump over right there in front of everybody.
We're an equal branch of government. And you start off with a blather, and yet look at the empty seats here. Where's Elon Musk? I'm sure he's a genius and is a very credible person because of the wealth he's accumulated. But that does not put him above the law or the responsibility to come before this committee in this Congress. If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so eminent, why isn't he here explaining it? You know why. Because he's out to privatize Social Security. He's been on television the last couple of days talking exactly about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and what he intends to do. Privatize it. The American people, some of them may have been born at night, but not last night.
It's the strangest thing to watch this rage directed towards Elon Musk. They used to be that filled with rage towards Trump, but now it's not Trump. Have you noticed? It's like Elon Musk has replaced Donald Trump as their boogeyman. And I don't know that Elon Musk has done anything worthy of that kind of a tirade. Do you? And it's almost as if, and I'm no psychologist, but I love studying or trying to understand human behavior. I'm fascinated by Trump derangement syndrome. My friend Mark Davis puts it perfectly. Hatred of Trump derangement syndrome makes smart people dumb, nice people mean. It turns nice people into snarling, mean idiots. It takes smart people and makes them dumb. Well, it's the same thing with the way Democrats are reacting to Elon Musk. How can you hate him as much as you do? And I think that's real. I don't think that guy's acting. Maybe he is. Didn't look like he was play acting to me. The guy was, I thought he was going to slump over in front of God and everybody, right there at the table there. Well, he's the new boogeyman. They want him to fail. They want Tesla to fail. They want all of his companies to fail. And it's not going to happen. Now conservatives are lining up, and Republicans and Trump supporters, and buying Teslas. Anecdotally, apparently yesterday, they had one of their biggest sales days in months and months for Teslas. I think we're going to get a Starlink for Teresa, our phone screener in South Carolina. She keeps having internet problems because the cable folks keep cutting her cable because there's construction in her neighborhood, and they keep taking her internet down. I'm like, guys, we got to have our great phone screener, and Teresa is wonderful. I've got this team. Let me take 20 seconds to thank Eric and Christian and Tracy and Teresa, the daily folks who bring you the show, Robert Haley, our wonderful engineer here in Tampa, Joe Weaver, Joey Hudson. We got so many great people. I'm blessed to be surrounded by just terrific, terrific people. And we got to get her internet working. Well, I want to get her a Starlink. Why not? I looked it up last night, or looked it up actually a few minutes ago as well. It's like $80 a month for residential coverage to have better internet. Why not? But isn't it crazy to see the way the tide has turned? What the left used to love, now they hate. And now we're lifting up, our side is lifting up what they used to extol. Electric vehicles, Elon Musk, and Tesla. And final point before I turn it over to you, and I do hope you'll join us, but I know I got a big mouth and I'm running on a lot tonight. You know what I love? Do you realize how epic it's going to be if Trump and Elon Musk go rescue those astronauts who've been stranded by NASA? I brought this up to my buddy Mark Davis. Now, you don't say anything bad about NASA to Mark. I think that's a little overblown that Biden had those astronauts stranded. Why didn't he get them? Why didn't NASA get them months ago? They were supposed to be up there for a week. They've been stranded out in space, lost in space. There goes Elon Musk going to save the day. They had a setback last night. I guess they're going to launch tomorrow, and they're going to go get him. I think you watch. Trump will hold a ticker tape parade for him, a ticker tape parade down down Wall Street. 800-655-MIKE, 20 past the hour. Join us here in the Relief Factor studios. 800-655-6453. I want to put your voice front and center here on the Mike Gallagher Show.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.